Okay, so I am now 4 months on T, or 17 weeks, 3 days if you want to think of it that way. Yet again, I'm useless and I haven't noticed any real changes. Yet again, I haven't really been paying attention. I think I've just decided that I'm crap at noticing when things happen. But what I have noticed this month is how much I've changed overall since starting T in March. So I haven't noticed what's happened within the last month, but I have noticed what's happened over the 4 weeks. Over the 4 months in total, which I think is quite interesting. The main thing that I noticed was how my face had changed, because I felt like it hadn't changed at all. I was a bit bothered by it, but then I had to get some passport photos done, so I went and got those done, and then I was sitting there filling the form out, and I had my old passport from like 2009, and the picture of me now that I just had taken, and could really tell the difference. So I then went and compiled a load of photos from just like basically anything where I had a mugshot taken. So like my passport, my driving license, some ID cards I've had. Posted it on like Tumblr already, but I'm just going to show you it again because I think it's really interesting. Okay, so this is the picture that I put together. Excuse how awful the majority of these photographs are. So yeah, this was my passport photo in 2009. Obviously that was before I cut my hair and came out and everything. That was my picture taken the other day. That's 2 weeks ago. And it's been the two most recent. That one was taken the day that I started T. And yeah, I just look completely different since then. Like, I've actually aged for once, even though it turns out that I haven't, because a meter read guy thought that I was under 16, which is great. Yeah, so that's me over the last 6 years. I just thought it was really interesting to see. Okay, so aside from this picture, which just really hit home how much I have changed over the last 4 months and over the years. The other thing which happened that made me really think, I am changing, there are changes, this T is working, was seeing someone that I haven't seen since I started T until the other day. I was a little bit apprehensive about seeing him, because while he hadn't ever said anything massively wrong, I got the impression that he never saw me completely as male. And I get worried that people are just humouring me, and then when it gets to the point where they actually notice the changes, they're going to freak out and think I'm some sort of like bearded lady or something. It actually went a lot better than I thought it would. So we're having a meeting, and he came and met me at the station, showing me a shortcut, and almost immediately he said like something about my voice, like, wow, your voice has changed or whatever, and I said, well, yeah, has been 4 months. And then partway through a meeting, we were waiting for someone else to turn up, he sent me a text and said, like, wow, your tablets must be working, I've just noticed your tash. He doesn't know everything, like, he doesn't know that it's not tablets or whatever. So that was nice, and it was nice that he was being thoughtful enough to text me it rather than say it out loud where everyone could hear, so that was good. And then we've been sort of messaging each other on and off since the meeting, and I got his message as part of a conversation the other day, which, it was strange, but like, it was really good. This is what he sent me the other day. By the way, I've been meaning to say, when I saw you the other day, I'm really amazed at the change, I truly am. I can't get over it, I'm really pleased for you, truly I am. And then I said, I made a comment about, oh, he's more than my family and whatever. And he replied with, I'm sure they do notice, it's not something you can miss, your voice, your facial hair, you really can't miss it. Yeah, I changed the subject because I find it a bit awkward to talk about with people. If he can notice it without any prompting, and worth mentioning on 2 separate occasions, then that really does make me think that actually this stuff is working and I am getting somewhere. That's a bit different from my normal updates, but I could like try and find patches of me that are more hairy or whatever, but actually I haven't noticed much in the past month. Even though I know things have happened, they're just gradual and I haven't been sitting down and paying attention to them all the time. But I know that things are changing and I can really see that this month. And again, the other day we were going through photos on one of my girlfriend's phone, and we found some photos from like a year ago, like exactly a year ago, and you could see that there had been a difference. It was hard to put a finger on it, but you could tell that something had changed. Yeah, that was really cool, although it's hard to tell now. I've got like a much shorter haircut than I had before, which is something I couldn't do like pre-T. I couldn't have my hair this short. Like, I would just freak out because I wouldn't be passing. The changes wise, there's nothing aside from like the usual, getting a bit hairier, maybe voice a bit deeper. Like my facial hair is definitely starting to come in a bit better now. There's like quite a lot of hairs on my chin, and it's like this is fuller, like it's coming up higher and whatever. There's still like nothing here, although possibly a little bit more here, but not on this side. And there's one single hair still on my chin. The only other thing which has been going on in my life is chest surgery. I mentioned getting my letter and I haven't updated since, and there's been a reason for that, and that's because I frankly don't have a fucking clue what's going on. Basically, Yelland's secretary left, and they were without one for 6 weeks. My referral came in during those 6 weeks, towards the end of it. So I called them up, and they said, yeah, we've got your referral, but we can't book you in now. Give us a couple of weeks. So a couple of weeks went, and I called them back, and I got, yeah, I've got your referral, I still can't book you in. Right, so I called them back again, and nothing. I sent them an email, I didn't get a response. I called them again yesterday, and I got told that they are processing things. She did recognise my name, which I'm hoping is a good sign. Either that or she just read my email and decided to ignore it. And I said, do you know when I might find out a date? Because that's all just knowing when I might find out a date to give me some idea of when things are going to be moving, and so I'm not completely lost and feel like it's never going to happen. And she said that I might hear something within the next month. I might hear something within the next month, and that possibly won't get it until next year now. Which, I was really hoping that it'd be this side of like the new year. There's not much I can do if it isn't. But yeah, that's quite frustrating. I know I do need it before to be recovered and comfortable enough to be in a room with 20 other people before May. I just found out the date of something else. So I'm getting a bit frustrated with that. I know I have made the right decision going for Yelland, but I can't help but feel like going elsewhere would have been a lot easier. But I know that if something had gone wrong, then I would blame myself for not going to Yelland. So that's what's going on. Like, chest surgery wise, I haven't updated because I don't know what's going on. When I do, I will update as usual. Yeah, so that's my sort of full monthly update. Just same old things really. I will see you next month if I don't hear anything. Yeah, see ya.